Good evening, friends. Happy Thursday night. My name is Gary Miller. I'm coming to you from scenic and lovely Katy, Texas, and I know that we've got folks jumping on, but it's 8:30 here, and that's start time. I know everybody's busy. We want to honor that and respect that. Couple of housekeeping items as we get started. Number one, the chat is active on the side of the YouTube screen. Make sure you jump in there, say hi to everybody. Make sure you introduce yourself. We're going to be kind of having some interaction as we go through the session tonight. So it's always a good thing to stay plugged in there. And it's all right on the same screen, so it won't be too distracting. And what I'm going to do here in just a few minutes is we're going to flip over. I've got a lot of things for you to look at tonight. But I want to open up tonight's session by just kind of setting some basic ground rules, expectations as we go forward. I'm going to tell you, we have a ton of stuff to cover tonight. Not a little bit, a lot of bit. This is literally 2 full webinars that we've taken and slammed into one. All right. So if you got distractions on right now during this session, turn them off. It can wait. All right. We'll all sit and watch Netflix for hours, watch a game for hours, watch a movie for hours. And we can hang out for a training for 60 to 90 minutes. So turn the distractions off. Have something to take notes with. If you're old school like me, you got a journal. If you're new school and you got a text window open or something, that's cool. You will want to take notes, not because I think you're going to remember all of it and get it all down, but here's what we know, folks. And listen, I'm going to give you a little bit of our background in a minute, but we've been doing this stuff for a second or two. And it's one thing to hear it with your ears. It's another thing for you to start talking about it. But man, have you ever noticed that there's like a whole different level of like connection when you take a pen and you write something down and it becomes yours? Does that make sense? It's something totally different as a student and as someone in the learning mode for you to write something down. It's no doubt when you do something important in life, whether it's signing for a home or an insurance policy or something legal, what do they make you do? They make you still get that pen out and put it on paper. So write down and take your notes because it'll anchor in what we're talking about here tonight, okay? And again, I will tonight, I'll give a disclaimer. I like to tell stories and give you tons of examples, and I will tonight. But I'll tell you, my pace tonight is going to be fast. Your job is not to understand all of it in one sitting. I normally wear my watch, but it's into the night, so I started taking that off because I don't want to look at the clock while I'm training. But, we don't all understand what makes a watch do what it does. We just know that it tells time, right? So with this stuff that we're talking about tonight, you don't have to understand all of it, but you can just understand that it works, all right? So I want you to focus in on this time because this is valuable. And I'll just tell you straight from the jump here, if you will take what you learn here tonight and you will really get a hold of it and you will take action on the resources that we've partnered with Triad to provide for you here at the very end, listen, you're going to have to take your current goal list, your current goal sheet, your current vision board, you have to tear it all up. And you're going to have to write some new ones because you're going to realize how much bigger you can go. All right. If you're excited about that, give me a big old yes in the chat, like all caps, bold, yes, put it in the chat. If you would love to tear up the current goal sheet, end of the month, whatever happened, you're writing a new one, setting a new vision, because with what you're going to have here tonight, what you're going to learn and the resources that we have partnered with Triad to provide for you, you're going to write some new goals. The game is changing for you right here at the end of the year and as you launch into 2018, okay? And let me just stress, you need to stay until the end. You only get half the story if you don't stay till the end, because at the end, like I said, we've partnered with Triad to make some resources available to you. And the Team Glitz movement, because I've been watching y'all are a movement. We're making some resources available to you that we've never made available publicly like this, and you're going to want to get your hands on it, okay? I'm excited about that. Now, we started this thing, and we got connected with Twyla some time ago, and here's what I'll say. I know a lot of y'all obviously know her, and so I'm telling you, I'm kind of preaching to the choir tonight on this. But I have the opportunity to work with leaders inside of network marketing, direct sales, and internet marketing all the time. I've been doing that, as a full-time endeavor for 2 years, been in this industry for over 5. And every now and again, I get in front of a leader that you're with them for about 5 seconds and you know that they're on to something. And that's what you get when you're around Twyla. And as I talk to her about this business and about you guys, and I talked about the team and the vision and the growth. And I mean, you just don't even know the heart she has for every one of you. And you say, well, Gary, we do know, but I'll tell you, as an outside observer, you can hear it in her words. It's more than just a talking point. It's in her bones. And I told her jokingly on our last phone call, I said, you know what? I obviously do not wear jewelry that's offered by your company, but you've got me excited to look at it. And she's conveying that excitement through her team. A classic expression in our industry is you want to see the speed of the team, you got to look at the speed of the leader, right? Speed of the leader, speed of the team. It is no wonder this organization is growing so quickly. And what is probably even more impressive is Twyla's looking ahead. She's looking from the idea and the position of vision as a leader. Not just where you are now, but where you can go. And so that's why she reached out and we've been in contact. That's why we're bringing you this training tonight. Not to, I'll tell you, I have no intention of helping you figure out how to make your next few $100s. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in helping you move the needle a little bit, and you go, all right, cool. We moved it a little bit. No, I'm really interested in providing value to you in such a way that if you will take what you learn and you will apply it, you will not just move the needle, you will slam the needle in the other direction and do things inside of your business and inside of your teams that will shock you, and you're going to do every bit of it online. All right. So I'm just so excited. We're honored to be here. Crystal and I, and again, Crystal is in the chat. And for Twyla to let us pour into you for about 60 minutes, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes a little longer tonight, is an honor and a privilege. And we want to honor her and honor all of you by jumping into some incredible, incredible training. Let me do a quick screen switch here. And Crystal, I know you're listening. If you could just let me know once I enlarge these slides that we are good. And we will jump right in. So this is your last call. Make sure you got a beverage of choice. Whatever you're drinking tonight that makes you happy, and some notes to get all this stuff in, and you're gonna be glad that you did. Let me do a little screen enlarge here, and baby, when you see that, let me know if you got a full screen on those slides, please. And you guys got about 30 seconds to get set, and we'll be ready to go. What's that? Hey, your chat window, by the way, everybody, chat window is right to the right-hand side of the YouTube video out on the channel. We do it that way, so it's super easy. It's right there in the top right-hand corner. So make sure, and the chat's really important because we are going to be in there doing some Q&A as we go through this. That's why Crystal's there. She's there to monitor questions and make sure that you're taken care of. Are we good on the slides, baby? Okay. So tonight, my friends, we are talking about the social media triad, and this is the surefire way. It's not a maybe way. Hey, listen, we can't go pay our bills, the mortgage and the car on maybes. We need some surefire ways to have a pipeline full of people who want to buy your stuff and join your team using 3 very simple tools: Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We've talked about the ground rules. We know those. Take lots of notes, engage in the chat. But you know what? Let's just start real quick. 99.999% of this webinar is about you, and that's who it should be about. But for about 1%, I want you to know who the heck you're listening to. I'm the enthusiastic bald guy that you see in these pictures. That's the Miller clan up there in the top right. Our 3 wonderful daughters and my lovely bride and the queen of our Miller marketing mastermind. We've been in this space for a little over 5 years, the space being the internet marketing, network marketing, affiliate marketing space. I was a United States Air Force veteran. I had spent too many times getting deployed to Afghanistan. I finally got out after 11 years, and I decided the most responsible thing to do was I was going to start an online business and learn how to make money from home. That seems logical, right? I had no experience, knew nothing about it, but hey, that's what I'll do. And that makes total sense. I got a family to provide for. I'll do that. Now, I wouldn't recommend that method, but it was interesting because it forced me to learn and to skill up real fast. Okay. And so when I started, I basically wanted one thing. I wanted to be able to go anywhere that had an internet connection, and I wanted to be able to make money, no matter what it was that I was doing. Yes, ma'am. Oh, you're not seeing that? Okay. Hold on. I thought you had slides. Okay. Well, let's do it again. Give us 1 second there. Hold on. Let's try that. Let me know if you see that, my bride. Give it about 2 seconds to do some latency jump in there, and we should be good. Do a little pause for the technical cause. You got those now? Yeah, it's pulling up right now. And you should be fine on it's there. Okay. Very good. So we're going to enlarge there for a second, and we'll make sure that we are good. Google giving us some love tonight. We like when Google gives us love. Let's try a new screen share and a new application. Let's take two again. Wow. You know, you got to love it when the Google decides to hurt you tonight. Goodness gracious. Well, let's see what we got here, guys. Give us about 2 more seconds, and we should be good to go. All right, so we'll wing it with that and see how it does. So I wanted to be able to make money from anywhere, and I had to figure out how to do it online. I had to do it pretty quickly because the babies needed to eat, and so we spent a bunch of time learning how to do it. We came into a primary internet marketing, network marketing company, and within about 2 years, we became top recruiters, top affiliates, did it all 100% online. And in the process of doing that, we got featured on national stages 3 different times for recruiting because we were doing this model where we recruited 1 to 2 new people every day into our business. And those were actual like business partners, not just customers. And we had done it all online using things like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And so we became quite popular doing that. And then about 2 years ago, we pivoted our business because we had so many friends in the industry and all kinds of different companies that were really struggling. And they were like, dude, I don't know. I go online and it's like crickets and nothing's happening. And so as part of that, about 2 years ago, we stood up our Miller Marketing Mastermind. We'll give you some information about that later. But and we started coaching distributors and affiliates from all kinds of different businesses. We created 3 different products that have now been sold all over the world. We've personally mentored over 1,000 students now, and we've got a success story pile that's about a mile high. And so we took all of that, and with the idea of that there doesn't need to be this struggle when you go online to try to market your business. Because the idea is this: the typical scenario, the typical way that this goes is that you love your company, you may love your products, you love the culture, like you guys have an amazing culture, but maybe the needle's not moving enough in your business, right? And maybe like you're at the end of the month right now, and maybe some of you are scrambling. Like maybe right now you're going, oh man, I don't know how I'm going to finish up to get volume or rank or whatever and to promote. And you know, that's a tough way to keep grinding in the business, right? And so maybe you are at a struggle. Maybe you're just at a point where you're like, man, I want to break through the next level. Maybe it's like full blown. You feel like you're failing. And I'm going to tell you tonight, you're not. It's just a matter of getting some things in the right place. Maybe for some of you, you're not super comfortable with this whole, I'm just going to talk to my friends and family and network with the world. For some people, that's an awesome model and powerful. So it'd be crazy for us to say that model doesn't work. Holy biscuits, it works plenty. But maybe for you, if you're really being honest with yourself and you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you're like, man, you know, dude, that's hard for me. It feels a little funky. So you might have gone to things like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, but you're being ignored or it's not really gaining the traction. And that kind of makes the whole thing worse, right? Because you're going, well, I'm not moving the needle. I really want to do well. And on top of all this, you've got a life, right? You've got a family and kids and dogs and cats and maybe a day job or 2. And this is where overwhelm really sets in. I mean, if you've ever been in full-blown overwhelm, put it in the chat. Just kind of raise your hand and say, yeah, I felt that at some point. Like you're just kind of behind the ball completely. If you've ever felt that, put it in there. Let's hear it because it's a real thing. Now, the good news is there are really simple codes to enrolling 1 to 2 new consultants every day, 100% online. And I really want you to think about that for a second. How much of a difference would that make for you, for your family, for yourself, for your confidence, for your belief? That if every day, not every other day, but every day you enrolled 1 to 2 new consultants every day, just online, and that you didn't have to be ignored on social media, and that you can actually have motivated buyers reaching out to you to buy your stuff. Like, think about that. Like, what? Like, if people reached out to you and said, hey, so-and-so, I want that thing. It's a whole different thing for your posture when you are the one having people come to you instead of you being the one that's chasing. So the way that we're going to do that tonight is I want to break down 3 things. And I know we had a little technical glitch, but who cares? It's all good. We're here now. So we're going to share with you the 9 unwritten codes that you must follow if you're going to win big on social media. Those codes are especially important for Facebook. Okay. They're incredibly important for Facebook. 2, I want to show you the #1 source for unlimited leads. I mean, this is your pipeline stuffer. If you're not using this source, you're behind. If you are using this source, you will never run out of people who want to come to you and buy your stuff and join your team. It's fierce. The final thing is we're going to talk about a 3-minute know, like, and trust secret that once you do it, it works over and over and over by providing massive value to your customers. If you think any one of these things would help you grow your business, yes or yes, right? Huge. So let's start with the first code. Take your notes out. We're jumping right in. Let's roll. Code number one is that it is the social design. You got to understand, friends, that social media was designed for people to be social. So when you go on with your business, when you go on with what you're passionate about, understand these programs, these platforms were never originally designed to market products, services, or opportunities. That's not what they're here for, not primarily. Now, sure, Facebook makes a ton of money on advertising and things like that, but the primary design was that it was meant to be social. So your goal on social, your number one goal, is to connect with real people, with your obviously real products, and solve the real problems they have with real value. Now, real is used like 3 different times in there, right? Your goal on social media, whenever you post anything business related, and I'm going to argue even outside business related, is to connect with people. It's not to earn a commission. It's not to rank advance. It's not to pump volume in. It's to connect with real people with the very real products you have and solve problems. Understand this, my friends. The bigger amount of problems you can solve, the needs that you can meet, if there's more of those, your paycheck will be higher. If you can only solve one problem or half a problem, your paycheck will be smaller. Doesn't matter if you have the best attitude in the world. It doesn't matter if you have the coolest products in the world. It doesn't matter if you're the nicest person in the world. If you cannot solve a problem by connecting with people, you're going to have crickets on your feeds, right? Here's code secret number one. Pitching your business is a privilege. It's not a right. 9 out of 10 networkers that I first start coaching inside of our mastermind, this is where they miss. They think that, hey, it's Facebook. So ideally, if I'll just go out there and hammer it enough, it'll be like Field of Dreams. I'll build it and they will come. No, pitching is a privilege. It's a privilege to get to that point where you say, this is my business, buy my stuff. It's got to be earned. Code number 2 is core value. Before you ever post anything, write this down, my friends. Ask a very simple question. Does this add value? Every time you post, every time you do something for your business online, does this add value? And value, I have been teaching this now for well over 2 years. It's probably, if you got nothing else out of everything else I say tonight, if you got this one thing and it became part of your business DNA, it would change your life. Value is defined as something that solves a problem, answers a question, or both. All right? It solves a problem, it answers a question, or both. That's value. Value is not price. Value is not a discount. Value is not a promotion. Value is none of that in the marketing sense online. It's who solves the problems, who answers the questions. That's the person that's adding the value. So the code secret here is asking the question, am I posting this right now for my gain or theirs? You know, Zig Ziglar said it best, that if we will help enough people get what they want, we can have everything in life that we want, right? So am I posting this thing about my business? Am I posting this promotion? Am I doing this tutorial? Am I doing that because I'm doing it for them, or am I doing it for me? That's a really important thing to ask, because if you make it about them, you're adding value, because the only way that you can serve them is by knowing what they need. And by knowing what they need, you've actually got to care and be engaging with them, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. And that's the engagement protocol, which is code number 3. If you want engagement, if right now the only people that engage on your business posts are your upline, your crossline, your team, your mom, and your cat, if they have internet access, if they're the only people engaging, understand this. If you want engagement, you've got to give it to others first, okay? This is a classic sort of Gary Vaynerchuk idea, right? Give, 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 then you hook. So that means we've got to like, we've got to comment, we've got to share, we've got to give love to the very people that we're going to want to give love for us. But let me give you a secret in this process that's literally made me thousands upon thousands of dollars online, okay? I'm giving this love, but I'm going to tell you, I'm not running a charity. Neither are you. You're running a business, okay? So while we're doing this, we're doing recon. We are gathering information that we can use later, okay? When you're online, you're a marketer. Your job is to get information so that you can press buttons later. And those buttons that you press are going to be the buttons that help you make sales, grow your organization, and inspire people to take action with you, okay? So when you know, for example, that you're going out and you're liking and you're commenting and you're engaging with people, and you discover that, hey, you know what? This person has a wedding coming up in like 4 weeks. Cool. All right. I've got that in the back of my mind. I wonder if they could use any of what I have, or maybe the bridal party could. Okay. Yep. I got it. Now I can go. So I'm not just engaging just to sit around on Facebook all day, liking and commenting. I'm doing something with a great deal of intention so I can learn and I can get them looking at me. Code secret here is give positive engagement first. Be nice, right? Engage with the audience that you want to engage with you. Code number 4, consistency. If you're going to succeed in social media at all, you got to get, if you want to get consistent engagement, you've got to be consistently active. Let me tell you what this looks like. A lot of folks, maybe not you, but I've trained a lot of people over the last few years, and here's what I see a lot of. Someone joins the company, they're really excited, they're on fire, they're like, they can't even stand it, they're just so excited, and they're rolling and doing their thing for a little bit of time. And then not everything goes exactly as planned, and then they start to drop off, and they slow down. And they post like one day when they're having a promo, and then they die off for 3 days. And then they're back for 1 and off for 3 and up for a week and down for another. And then maybe they came on a webinar and got all excited and went off and did more. And it's up and down, up and down, up and down, right? Now, every one of us has been guilty of this at some point, right? So I'm not shouting out, I'm preaching to the preacher first. And I'm telling you, I've done it too over, especially when I was early in my business. We've all done that. But if we want consistent results, I know you guys know this part, is that you've got to do consistent action. But in social media, you've got to understand. Let me just ask this and put it in the chat. Do you think people's attention span now, with the advent of social media, smartphones, do you think people's attention spans are shorter or longer? And I think the obvious answer here is shorter, like crazy. And so people are scanning, and scrolling and clicking so fast that if you're not there, you are so easily forgotten. And so we need to be there in a very intentional way. And when you stick around to the end, I'm going to show you some resources that are going to kind of help you create content that will have you sticking in the minds of the people that are watching you, okay? Now, if you are engaging with others correctly and you are adding value, people will watch you. They will. It is uncanny. And listen, you don't have to be super guru. You don't have to be amazing on camera. You don't have to provide these 8-hour live sessions of pure jewelry bliss. Not even close. If you are, if you want to stand out in a crowd in 2017, I'll tell you how you do it, especially in business. Be the one that shows up every day. Be the one that shows up every day, online, on your Facebook feed. If you, for instance, I'm going to talk about this a little bit later. I've got one slide about Facebook Lives that will literally probably catapult half this group if they'll go and just apply what I teach you about Facebook Lives here in a minute. But we've got to set these foundations first. What's interesting is if you want to stand out, if you did one Facebook Live that you promoted literally religiously to your following, and you scheduled it and you promoted it and you showed up every single time that you said you were going to do it, people would watch you for sheer fact that you are an enigma in our world today because you did what you said you were going to do. Even if you did one and you didn't sell a single piece, even if you did one and there were like 3 people on, and one of them was Twyla, one was Crystal, and one was me because I just started following you on Facebook and I was like, way to go, you're doing great. It doesn't matter if you got 1,000 people on or 1 people on. Are you the one that shows up every day? I've seen people do this across these social media platforms, and my biggest success stories in our mastermind group, I can go back on any one of their feeds, and you know what? Good days, bad days, their actions stayed the same. They've got a post up. They put a motivation quote. They went live. They provided a training. They did some value. They were there for their audience to watch. But here's something you need to know about social media audiences. Write this down. A social media audience that's oriented towards things of business, that they're potentially shoppers with you or potential team members with you, They can smell a fraud from a mile away. And let me explain that. I'm not talking about fraud like you're some shady person. I'm talking about a fraud that one day you're on there and you're like, woo, look at me, I'm doing this. This is amazing. But then, like next week, you're nowhere to be found. 2 weeks, you kind of went into witness protection program, then you pop back up, and then, yep, there you are again, right? People want to see stability. They want to lock in with things that are stable and solid, and you can be that person for them. But you gotta stay consistent. So the code secret here is that relationships thrive on a frequent presence online. I mean, think about the closest relationships you have in your life. What makes them so close? Y'all spend time together, right? I mean, you spend time in front of each other. Your audience out on social media needs to hear from you, and they need to hear from you regularly. But there's a little catch there that we're going to talk about 2 codes away. Let's talk about code 5. You got to go public. All right, friends. There's a few slides that I teach that get controversial. This is one of them. Everybody sitting down? All right. Listen, I'm going to educate you on something that, whether you like it or not, it's true, okay? Nothing you do online in 2017 is private. Nothing. All right? Not a single thing. Nothing I do online is private at all. I mean, somebody somewhere, somebody knows what website I was at, where I bank, where my mortgage is. I mean, look, it's all out there, right? We know this, but I think we like to deny it. But here's the thing. People have to see you, all right? And so part of that is they've got to be able to get to know you. And what I see a lot, and just a perusal, this may apply to you. And so I want you to think about it. Stealth marketing does not work, friends. People need to have your entire profiles complete on all your platforms. Your primary profile picture should be of you, not of your company. We're going to talk about that later. Not of your brand, not of the logo, not of your cats, not of your dogs, not with your kids, a picture of you, okay, primarily. Now, kids can be in the picture, of course, but they need to see you. Why? Here's the reason I'm pointing this out. Skepticism online is higher now than it's ever been. I mean, people will go and Google search your company, my products, the dog, anything, a restaurant, to see what's going on. So what people want more than anything is to see a real person that they can engage with in a real way. If you're ever wondering why people have buying resistance, okay, one of the biggest reasons is they simply don't trust you. But the trust is based on they don't know you. And so the way online that people will go, I don't know them, is that there's stuff that's hidden. Like if you've got a closed down Facebook profile right now that's like super private, open it up. Open it all the way up. I mean, public can search you. Everybody can search you. Gary, what happens? There's this creepy person and I don't like them. Block them and move on. From this point forward tonight, if I can get you to do anything, I want you to leave in the past this idea that you are a lay user on social media. You're not anymore. You are now a professional marketer. You don't just go on to social media to post a picture of your dinner. Okay, if you're posting it of your dinner, you're going to link it into a story that's going to have people know about you, that's going to draw them in so that later you can cash some checks with them. All right? None of you got into business simply because you loved your product. You didn't. If you did that, you would buy inventory and give it away for free. You do love the product. You do love the culture, but everybody here wants to get paid. Don't run away from that. Don't be scared of that. Acknowledge that. Embrace that. And part of that is saying, I want people to be able to see me. And I know I need to come out. There can't be any stealth marketing here. They need to know who I am, what I stand for, and what I'm doing. Open your profiles up. Let people see you. Now, with that is code 6. You've got to PR yourself well. All right, think of yourself, your social media profiles, as real-time business cards / resumes. All right? Now put that into context. If I'm a new person and in about 5 or 6 slides from now, I'm going to show you how to have an endless supply of new people coming onto your Facebook. Like endless. I mean, it's insane when I show it to you. And a lot of you, sleeping tonight will be optional because once you get a hold of the resources that I'm going to share with you at the end, there'll be no way you can go to sleep because you're going to be like, This has been in front of me this whole time. So here's the thing. All those people are looking at your profiles. That's your resume. That's your business card. So you got to be yourself, but you need to be a pro, friends, right? You got to be yourself. No one's asking you to put on the front. No one's asking you to be somebody else. No one's asking you to pretend to be, something you're not. Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, in just a moment, I'm gonna teach you about the importance of being hyper transparent. But as we go here, you got to be professional. Think about alignment. All right. What I mean by alignment is if I look at, I spent a lot of years in the corporate world in pretty high level corporate positions before I went into the Air Force. I went into the Air Force late. And so it's interesting that when I used to hire people, one of the first flags on a resume is if it was all over the place, right? Like here they were in a marketing job, over here they worked at a law firm, over here they were a landscaper, over here. And it's not that that person can't be cool and couldn't do the job, but it was a little hard to follow. Think of your social media feeds. You're telling a story. Your Facebook wall is a place for you to tell a story about you, about your vision, about the problems you solve, about the people you help. And so if it's all over the place, and so if I go to your last 10 posts and I see a couple things about the business, you posted 3 political rants, you complained about your cell phone service on one, and then there was a picture of your cat. It's a little all over the place, right? What we want to be thinking about is in alignment in our profiles is that if someone goes within those first 5 to 10 posts, are they going to have a sense of the kind of value that I bring? Okay. So the code secret here is a big ingredient to building trust is for them to see you as a stable professional. All right. And understand this. There's a bridge every time you make money online. Let me tell you what the bridge is. The bridge is you're on one side, your prospect is on the other. The bridge in between you is built with boards made up of just a couple of things. One is trust, and that trust is nailed together by value, problems you solve, questions you answer. The trust is built in by them getting to know you. And part of that is them going, you know what, they're stable. See, I'm cool giving my credit card, to buy something from something I think is stable. Like I'm getting ready to do my Christmas shopping, y'all. And I do like 90% of it on Amazon because I trust Amazon, right? They're going to drop that stuff via drone, like right on my porch. I mean, y'all know that, right? I mean, none of us thinks twice about doing that. But it would be something else because it's a stable brand, right? But it's something else if I look at something and I'm like, man, this stuff looks kind of shady. Do I need to like research this out for a few more hours, right? Or I'm just going to go to somebody else. I understand your business may not be the size of Amazon, but even more important when it's intimate and it's one-on-one, people want to know they're dealing with someone stable. You might say to me, well, Gary, does that mean I can never say my thoughts or my opinions or that? No, I didn't say that. I just said, think about it. Listen, you're no longer a lay person on Facebook. You're not. I mean, if I can brainwash you into one idea tonight is that now when you go online and you go onto a social media platform, you are there to add value and get paid. That's what you're there to do. Every move you make is intentional to that outcome. Because you know what? When the first of the month comes around and your rent's due or your mortgage is due or your car payment's due, listen, the only thing that they'll cash is money. And so we've got to do that in a way, and we can do that by creating an environment where we're stable. Now, this right here in Code 7 is the number one violated rule. And again, I've coached over 1,000 people now, from brand newbies to like uber experienced professionals. This is the number one area where people jack it up in social media. And it's called the 80-20 rule. About 80% of your posts should be value adds. In other words, they should be inspiration, motivation, lifestyle. By the way, lifestyle equals just your life. People are getting to know you, but not business related at all. And I know I can feel it every time. I've taught this for, I don't even know how many thousands of people. And here's what I can tell you on webinars and from stage. Here's the thing. I know the knee-jerk reaction that just raised up in some of you. Because you go, whoa, whoa, whoa. 80% of the time, I'm not even talking about my business. Gary, are you crazy train? Are you nuts? Twyla made a mistake. This guy is crazy. Well, stay with me for a minute. About 20% of your post should be about business items. So that's the 80-20 rule. Now, why is that? I mean, that sounds nice and all. Here's what happens. If you go on Facebook and you're passionate and you're excited and you just hammer the snot out of your Facebook wall. And listen, you got a lot to be passionate about. When I looked at your company and Crystal was looking at your company, I mean, Crystal was like, ooh, what is that? Like, I mean, it was like, we were like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like, and I really dug into it. I was like, wait, whoa, what's going on here? I can get why you're passionate. However, if you go on to something like Facebook, for example, and you throw up a bunch of posts and those posts get little to no engagement, Facebook's going to penalize you going forward. They're going to make it harder for your posts to get served up to all of your friends, because basically what the little computers in the sky have seen is that when you post things, people don't really do much with it. And so they're not going to treat your future posts with high priority. So you want to balance this out, because what you want is posts that drive up a lot of engagement so that when you do serve up a business post, it's red hot. It gets served to everybody. Does that make sense? So the other part of it is, and this is the code secret, if you want to stand out, listen, you want your audience actually looking forward to when you post about your business. You know, there's something about a little mystery. There's something about waiting. Like, you know, I remember waiting for the first time to actually meet Crystal. And we met online, ironically enough. Do you love that? We met on Match.com. Total success story. And so, but I remember we had been communicating online, you know, emails, and then I think we graduated to text and phone or whatever. But I was just so excited to meet her. Boy, that day couldn't come fast enough. And I was really like anticipating getting there, right? Or like, just look at the last Cyber Monday and Black Friday. I mean, people look forward to that. There's like an urge. And then once it gets there, people buy like crazy, right? So leave a little mystery for your audience, okay? Plus, this helps with your posture. If all you're doing is slinging all the time, I'll tell you what that equals in the mind of most of your audience. Desperate. And if people think they can have you whenever they want because you post about it all the time, you've lost the edge. I don't want people thinking that they can have it all the time. I want them to know that I'm controlling the process and that every now and again, I may let them in. And when I let them in, it's going to be incredibly important. And when you do, people will buy. And they will buy, and they will buy, and they will buy. All right, next code. We're doing great, and we're going to take a quick check-in here. Code number 8, second most controversial slide. Everybody sit down. You must brand you. Now, I'm going to say this very clearly. Now, you know, there's a great proverb in the Bible that says, he that judgeth the matter before they hear it, it's a folly and a shame unto him. So when I say this, let me finish it before you revolt and throw your computer through the window. Your job is not to brand your company. It is to brand you. Friends, your company doesn't need any help with branding. They don't need any help at all. Your job is to brand you. Do you want to know why? Because people do not join your company. They join you. They join you all day long. They don't join the company. They don't care if the CEO's nice. They don't care if the packaging is slick. They don't care if the website's beautiful. All those things are probably true. They don't care. They join you. I did a poll in our mastermind earlier, and I got a bunch of messages in my box. I said, hey, guys, tell me one of the most important things you've learned since going through this training and applying it. They said the first time you said people join you, not your company, it changed my entire perspective. I went out and it completely changed the way I thought about my business. And the reason is that I want you to be aware of two things. If your company name is plastered all over your Facebook profile, for example, it's in your bio, it's in your cover art, whatever. And I want to give this very important disclaimer. I'm not dogging out that you love your company. Good grief, you got a lot to love. I'm into it. I think it's awesome. But here's what remember I told you skepticism online is at an all-time high. So here's what they do. People do one of two things. First of all, they'll see that company name, they'll see you, and then they're going to go out to the Google machine and they're going to type in your company name. And there's always going to be some idiot in the world that's done a blog post or done something that's dogging out your company. And that's just ridiculous, but it's true. And then so when they do that, most people are not real discerning. And remember, the internet's working fast. So they're going to jump off and you'll never see them again. And that's unfortunate. That's not fair. It's certainly not fair to you. It's certainly not fair to the company. Excuse me. It's not fair to that person because, man, they're missing out on a great thing. But we invite it when we plaster our profile name with all, our brand, our job, or our bio with just that. We ask for it. And interestingly enough, when I just said that, 7 people dropped off this webinar. It's not a popular idea. I get it. But here's the other thing. What happens is if that person's looking for that name and they go out and Google it, they're probably going to find a bigger fish in your company than you. Because the bigger fish is going to be creating content like the kind that I'm going to tell you how to do here in just a few slides. And they're going to go out and they're going to watch their videos and look at their posts and get engaged with them. They're going to join them and buy their stuff. And they'll left you. Little mystery is a good thing. You want your presence to outlast any changes in your company. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that maybe your company changes their logo, or maybe the company changes the name because they acquired somebody else, or whatever the case may be. You don't want all of your marketing to go into the toilet because now that's changed. You want it neutral. Now, obviously, people are going to hear about your company when you do lives and you're showing your product and you're signing people up. Man, you got to be talking about your company and loving it. I get it. But in terms of the overarching snapshot that people see of you, you want to brand you, not the company. All right. Now, code 9, last one, and then we're going to take a quick stand and stretch, and then we're going to get into content for what you need to create now that you know these rules. Code 9 is this 3-letter word, man. You got to have fun. All right? You got to have fun. You want people to see the real you, not pretend you. You say, oh, Gary, I would never pretend. Friend, you haven't met an industry that's got more pretenders in it than network marketing. Can we just be real? I mean, Twyla didn't invite me out here tonight to give you guys sunshine and rainbows. She brought me out here tonight to give you stuff that works. Okay? So understand this. You haven't met an industry where there's more people pretending to love stuff and be happy. I mean, this is the industry where people specialize in selling the dream, and meanwhile, they're living a nightmare. Do you understand that? I mean, you've seen that, yeah? Maybe you're doing that. I want you to be yourself because people are going to resonate with you. Your hair doesn't need to be perfect. The lighting doesn't need to be perfect. You don't have to know everything about every product. What you need to be more than anything is authentic. People will buy from people that they trust. People hate to be sold, but they love to buy. They love to buy. And so back to code 1, if you're connecting with people and being social and you're yourself, it was funny. I was watching, if you want to see some of the best presentation model salespeople in the world, Saturday mornings QVC. They're their best salespeople are watching. It is sales poetry when you watch them on the Home Shopping Network and QVC. Though is amazing. And I was watching one of their best salespeople pitch him. And sorry, I had to put in a cough drop. We've been fighting the crud over here, so forgive my cough drop. She's pitching, and she got turned around. She obviously her producer was in her ear telling her she was supposed to be looking this way, and she was looking another. And she kind of messed it up. But her approach to it was so fun. She just said, half the time I don't know where I'm going, but I'll tell you what, this product is amazing. Let's look at this over here. She was herself. The most popular, one of the most lucrative videos I ever shot, and we'll talk about this a little bit in video, but one of the most lucrative videos I ever shot, I was in the bathroom shaving my head, because if you didn't see me in the intro, I'm bald, so I just shaved my head. I was shaving my head, talking to my subscriber list. That one video was about as natural as it could get. Certainly wasn't like super produced. And I mean, that thing made so many sales, I can't even tell you. There's only one of you. And everyone needs to know and learn from you. And no matter what's happened to you prior to this point, maybe you haven't had success, maybe you've had some hard stuff going on in life. Maybe you've just been punched in the mouth over and over and over again. Maybe it's a financial thing. Maybe it's a health crisis. Maybe it's kid stuff. Maybe you've tried businesses before and it's failed. Listen, friends, this is all part of your story. That's what people relate to. They don't relate to super slick guru. Hey, look at me. My hair is perfect on my video. No. Most of your audience is just as frazzled at times as you are. And that's what they want to connect with. That's real to them. Okay? So let's take a pause. How are we doing? Did those codes make sense to you? Is that something you can use? Yeah, huge. So I'm going to give you a second to, if you've got any questions about the first on the codes before we walk into traffic here. And by traffic, I mean we're going to talk about leads. And one of my favorite places in the world, Instagram. If you've got any questions in the Q&A, put them in there. Crystal will cycle those over to me, and I will make sure to touch on them before I leave. And listen, friends, I'll stay on to ask questions as long as you'd like me to, so it's fine. All right, so let's jump in. Leads, and more leads. I want you to understand what a lead is when we talk about online marketing, because we're about to show you how to get a bunch of them. Leads are simply defined as someone that raises their hand and they say, hey, you know what? I'm interested. I'm into what you got. Like, what do you got going on? Friends, leads are the lifeblood of your business. Let me tell you, if you're at the end of the month right now and you are not where you want to be, I'm going to tell you exactly why you're there. It's one of two things. Activity. So if you weren't hustling in the beginning of the month, you're scrambling now. And if it's not activity, it's your pipeline. You're in obscurity. And so when you're in obscurity, what that means is not enough people know who you are and where you are. And that's a hard place to be. When you're in obscurity, painful place to be. So leads are the lifeblood of what you're doing, whether it's online or offline. Now you can go chase leads. It works. Look, it does. I could give you 10 names of 10 friends of mine that have built offline network marketing businesses, never touched Facebook, and have made, piles of money. But it requires a lot of time, and you got to have a certain persuasion for that. You know, if you've got kids, a dog, a cat, a spouse, a job, or two, sometimes that's not convenient. Maybe, and listen, if it's something that works for you, keep crushing it. Just add this online stuff. You'll 10x your results even faster. And for some of you, maybe that's not how you're wired. You're like, man, I can do a lot, but I just don't feel really happy and excited about, going up to somebody at Walmart and inviting them to my home party, and listen, if that's okay. There's one place online that is the fastest and easiest to get more leads than you know what to do with, and that's Instagram. Now, let me say a couple things about Instagram here. You don't have to have previously used it or even like Instagram to make a pile of money on it. Let me say that again, because I really want that to anchor into who's here, okay? If you're within the sound of my voice, I want you to really get this. Remember, you don't use these tools anymore as a layperson. You're now a professional marketer. You don't have to like Instagram to use it. Can I let you in on a little secret? I made more money in our business this last year. We basically did twice the amount of revenue than we did the year before, almost entirely from Instagram. I personally don't even have a personal Instagram account. I think Instagram's dumb. I think it's like pictures of people working out and food. But guess what? I don't have to like it to know that there's a ton of people out there. So I have a bunch of business accounts that we use to generate leads. I want you to embrace that idea. You don't have to love a platform to use it. I know sometimes people say, I don't even use that. I don't know anything about it. You don't have to. We're going to teach you how to do it. But and the resources that we provide at the end have helped more people do stuff on Instagram than who had never even thought about it before. Now, I want you to think about this. Even if you don't like it, there are around 800 million active users monthly on Instagram. That's 800 million with an M. And what's great, so do you think, let me just ask you this way. In the chat, give me a yes if you think out of 800 million people, there's someone that would want to buy your pieces. Is there one? Is there two? Is there 200 that want to buy your pieces? Yeah, there we go. Absolutely. And so the good news about Instagram for you is that it's fast and forgiving. So I don't know about you. I love the idea of confession time. Can we just kind of confess here? I'm not particularly excited about slow money in business. I'll tell you, network marketing loves momentum. It's built on speed. If you can get that snowball rolling, you can just turbocharge a business. I mean, look at your leader. Twyla's a great example of that. Good night. She's a rock star, right? I mean, you can gain momentum and just get rolling. This business loves speed. Hardest way to build network marketing is slow. Oof, man, you got to have some endurance for that. But so I like fast. I'm cool with fast. And I hope you are too. And so, but with fast, it's also forgiving. So you can't break it. When you first go out, and we're going to give you a resource here at the end. It's going to teach you how to use Instagram. Listen, when you first go out, you can jack it all up. Don't worry about it. Because it's gone like within a second, and you can reconfigure and redo it. Very fast, very forgiving. But here's how direct sales reps dork up Instagram. Okay? This is super important to understand. Again, they brand their company, not themselves. Now, we already talked about that, right? So they go out on Instagram and like their profile, their name, their picture, it's all the company. Now, the problem with that is, first of all, that begs people to do the Google. But here's the other thing. If everybody in your deal is doing about the same thing, it's very hard to stand out. Your job as an online marketer is to disrupt the space, okay? Write that down in your notes. Put an underline underneath it, bold it, highlight it, whatever you do. You need to disrupt the space, especially on Instagram, okay? You don't want to be like everybody else. You're not like everybody else. Stop acting like everybody else, okay? So they either brand themselves, they're inconsistent posters. Remember, Instagram's fast, so if you're not there, see you later, bye. This is a big one. They have no capture mechanism in place, so they lose most people before they start. Remember this rule. For people to buy from you cold online, brand new strangers that you've never met before, they need to see and hear from you about 7 to 12 times before they'll pull the trigger. If you get them off of Instagram, they need to see and hear from you 7 to 12 times before they'll pull the trigger. So if they only see you once because you don't have a capture mechanism in place, you've lost them. Let me tell you what this looks like for most distributors and most network marketing companies. They'll have a bio and a link out to their store. So if they're lucky enough to get some traffic over there and they click and they go out to the store, remember, it takes people 7 to 12 times. That's time number one. They look at the store and they're like, yeah, cool, but not right now. And they bounce off and they never return again and you lost them. We're going to show you here at the end how to capture their information, particularly their email address, so that you can keep following up with them and make sales. And that's the other thing. Most people don't have follow-up mechanisms in place and they don't have a definitive target market on Instagram. If there's 800 million people and you try to stand on the outside of those 800 people, or even in the inside of 800 million people, and you start talking about your business, understanding that everybody else is talking about their stuff, how likely is it that you're going to be heard? You're not going to be heard hardly at all. But if you do go up to, let's say, a pocket inside, like 3 or 4 people inside the 800 million, you say, hey, look, I know you'd be interested in this, and here's what this is. Are they going to hear you? Absolutely. Okay. So with that in mind, here's some things that you need to understand for basic Instagram tips. Now, this is at the 30,000 foot level. I'm going to give you the real nitty gritty here at the end. One, make sure your photo is you and it's clear. Okay. Hey, don't do a glamour shot. Like back in high school, you're like leaning on the fence. There's like a horse and you got your hands underneath your chin. Like, no glamour shots. Come on. People need to see you. Right. And I don't know, y'all have some really cool jewelry. So should you be wearing some? Heck yeah. And make sure that your bio is split. Okay. Here's what I mean by that. So important. Gosh, you got to write this down. All right. Half your Instagram bio should be you stuff. Half should be biz stuff. Okay. Not just your business. We talked about this in the codes. Why? Because people need to get to know, like, and trust you, and then they'll do business with you. Pretty simple. So make your bio split. Like, say something funky about yourself. Why? Because we want to disrupt. So just saying, my name is Jenny, and I am a mom and I dig jewelry does not really tell me anything. But if you said in your name section, you said, hey, I'm Jenny, instead of just Jenny. You said, hey, I'm Jenny with a smiley face. And then in the bio, you said, yeah, mom of 3, Golden Girls junkie, watch too much QVC, helping dress up women all over the world with this simple hack. And then it goes down an arrow down to your link, which is going to go out to a capture page so that you can capture their information. Whoo, that's a lot better. I'm going to show you some examples of that. Now, while Facebook posting ratios are 80-20, on Instagram, they can be 50-50. Biz to personal post. Why? Because it's faster. Can't break it. Okay, on Facebook, if you violate 80-20, you're sinking yourself. On Instagram, if you do it 50-50, you're fine. Hashtags, my friends, are gold. But there's a science to them. You guessing? Listen, do this for me. If you're still with me right now, because you're the serious ones, you're the ones that are going to get the results, do this right now. Just type it in the chat. I will never guess on hashtags because I'm going to show you exactly how you can know which hashtags work. I will never guess on hashtags. Put it in the chat with an exclamation point, please. Let's commit to each other right now. I will never guess. I won't do it, Gary. I promise I will not do it. Make a big, you don't want to promise me, promise Twyla. Twyla, I will not do it. I will not guess on hashtags. There's a science. And I got a resource for you at the end of this that's going to, dude, I'm going into surfer mode here. Dude, bro, listen, here's the thing. There's a science in understanding exactly how many hits for exactly what hashtags are happening literally hour by hour. I'm going to show you the tools and show you how to do that so that you can get the most traffic on your posts. But here's the other basic Instagram thing. Don't send people straight to your store. I know. I can feel it. Gary, man, I was with you, and then you did that. What do you mean don't send them to my store? Listen, we got to capture them first. Get their information first. Then let them look. And when you get that information first, then you can follow up with them and get them to know, like, and trust you. All right, moving on. We got to move. All right, so Instagram things to remember. These are some quick stats. I'm not going to cover all of them because I want to get into your video. But here's the thing. 80% of the users on Instagram follow at least one business. One of those businesses should be yours. Wherever you are geolocation-wise, when you do your post on Instagram, make sure your geolocators are on. So you're tagging your location. They get 79% more engagement. If you want to build locally, make sure your location is on. Weekdays are your friends for Instagram post friends, particularly Mondays. Mondays are strong when you post. All right, so most popular times, ironically enough, 2 a.m. in the morning. I know. 8 a.m. in the morning and 5 p.m. at night. By the way, that's all days there, okay? Best day for engagement is Monday. That doesn't mean you don't post on the other days. 2 a.m., 8 a.m., and 5 p.m. You're like, Gary, I am not waking up at 2 a.m. Hey, that's cool. But you can certainly get a post out on 8 a.m. and you can get one out on 5 p.m. I have got a special Instagram checklist just for you guys that I'm going to talk to you about here at the very end that'll help you kind of get these things scheduled. But 2 a.m., 8 a.m., and 5 p.m. Understand this, if you're going to do a video on Instagram, if it's 9 p.m. or later, those videos get 34% more engagement. Otherwise, videos still fall pretty flat on Instagram. It's not really a video-based platform, but because the videos are so short. However, unless you go live, but here's the deal. 34% or more engagement after 9 p.m. Here's a crazy stat. Photos with faces get 38% more likes. And they also make more money. So why? Because they get to see you. People want to see you. It's funny. They're funny that way about the credit cards. All right, so let's do a check-in. Now, if you're doing it right, you'll target an audience on Instagram. Write this down. Just write it down as a question. Who are my people? I'm not kidding. Write it down. Come on, don't wait. Who are my people? Understand this. Not everybody's your people. You say, well, Gary, obviously we market to women. You don't market to every woman. Not true. It's not true at all. Nope. The riches are in the niches, friends. You got to find out who your tribe is. Who is your tribe? Start with yourself. Why did you join? Why are you doing this? What's your background? What's your family like? What are you interested in? Where do you congregate online? Where do you hang out? Who's your tribe? We got to figure out how to find that audience. And by the way, again, I've got a resource that's going to help you with that. You're going to capture those leads. We're going to teach you how to do that. And you'll begin to follow up with those leads. And there's one really amazing way to follow up with leads. Do you want to know what it is? Video. Now, if you hear the word video and you start to get short of breath, listen, let's everybody, hold on. I'm going to drink a little orange juice here. Hold on. When I say video, and if you go, I want everybody to take a breath. Ready? Let's take a breath together. It's going to be okay. If you got friends in the chat, tell somebody in the chat it's going to be okay when we start shooting video. All right? Nothing you do online will build trust and rapport like a video. Can I tell you a story about how I made my first $3,000 in a day online as a marketer? I thought it was all the money in the world, right? So I was watching the Olympics. This was many moons ago. I wasn't a rookie, but I certainly wasn't like, where we are now. But I was just taking a lot of action. I was super coachable. But I had access to this video, and this video, ironically enough, was not even me. It taught me the value of video, and it got me starting to shoot video, which obviously did really well for us. But this guy in my organization had shot this video. It was about 7 minutes long. He had been a pizza boy. And so he shot this video called The Pizza Boy Millionaire. Now, this video, friends, I'm going to tell you, this was about as cheesy, and this was not a sexy video. It was this dude, kind of semi-spiky hair, sitting in his office that always looked disheveled to me. I don't know, I'm a bit of a neat freak, but, it was kind of disheveled. Talks for 7 minutes about how he was a pizza boy and then discovered this stuff online, and then he created the system, and, here you should buy the system now. Basic, simple video sales letter. Well, I was running advertising, lots of traffic into this video. And a guy from Georgia watches this 7-minute video of the Pizza Boy Millionaire. And he goes in and starts buying every one of the products. And I'm watching the Olympics in bed with my beautiful bride, and I hear my email starting to rattle off. Now, when something's going on, like when it starts rattling in sequence, right? You're like, ding, 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 like you're going, like, what, am I getting spammed or what's going on? So I open it up, and this guy bought the $25 product. He bought the $100 product. He bought the $500 product. And then he bought the $3,500 product from a 7-minute video while I was in bed watching the Olympics. Now, after Crystal gave me oxygen, because I thought, I had arrived. I was like, I just made $3,500 in a day online. I thought I was like the greatest marketer ever, right? But after I came to my senses, and after I got some oxygen, and after I realized, oh my goodness, we just paid like half our monthly bills at the time with one set of sales off of one video in like 10 minutes. I thought, man, this is what happens when people see a video. And even if like I said, even if it makes you short of breath, you can still be so effective. So effective. And video is power content. Let me explain this to you. I mean, I'm going to make an assumption here. You guys can email me afterwards. I always like to hear from you after a presentation. Feel free to friend me up on Facebook and send me messages. Let me know how we can help you. But it's interesting when I'm assuming that everybody here is pretty busy, right? I mean, like none of you are sitting around going, man, I got all this time. I got all this time in my life. It's awesome. I'm so glad I have all this time, right? Video is amazing because you can create a video once and it works for you over and over and over and over again, okay? That's leverage. That's what you want. You want it playing for somebody in, California tonight at 1 o'clock in the morning, and they watch it, they click on something, they enter in their email address, they follow you on Facebook, and they start buying from you. I mean, is that a good thing? Dude, that's an awesome thing. All right, now, here's the thing, though, about video. I want you to understand something about it. A lot of people think I shoot a video and I just throw it up. No. Here's the thing. The two biggest search engines in the world are Google and YouTube. And Google owns YouTube, for crying out loud. So when you go to YouTube, what do? Most of the time, if you go to Google, you type in a question. If you want better answers in your life, ask better questions, right? So you come to those places with questions. Now imagine this, friends, and I'm going to show you two examples that are specific to your company that I worked up yesterday preparing this talk for you. Imagine if people went out to Google and they typed in questions about your company. And the answers that Google served up were videos with your smiley face on them. And you're talking. And you answered their questions in about 3 minutes or less. Do you think those people are going to be interested in connecting with the person that answered their question? Do you think that person's going to be interested in buying from the person that answered their question? Oh yeah, my friend. Don't believe me? Let's go to Google. I typed into Google yesterday the following expression: can you make money selling paparazzi jewelry? Now, I want to point out a couple things here. Friends, I have bankrolled my business doing YouTube videos like this, and I just want to show you. I did it specifically for your company, and I did just 2. There's over 1 million, almost shy of 2 million results come up when you put in this thing, can you make money selling paparazzi jewelry? You know what that tells me? That's a popular question that people are asking. Here's what's also interesting. Down below the initial stuff here, somebody in your company has already ranked a video. I don't know who Lisa Abercrombie is. I went out and looked at a bunch of her videos, and she's very active, at least was at some point. Now, this piece of real estate here is really, really valuable because it's what's called above the fold, so you don't have to scroll down to find this. Any searcher is going to find this. Now, imagine every one of you on this right now. This is where we're getting into the meat, all right? Listen, I just got done with the introduction, all right? Now we're going. Now, look, can you make money selling paparazzi jewelry? Imagine if this was you right here. By the way, little heads up. With what I'm going to teach you in a resource that I'm going to share with you, you can get this video outranked and you'll put yours there. Just saying. Nothing against anybody, but you can rank your videos even for this search engine that's already getting all this traffic. By the way, this video has about 21,000 hits if I remember correctly. Let's take a look at another one. I typed in this search phrase, selling paparazzi jewelry review. That's what I typed in. 434,000 results. A lot of people looking. Check this out. Just below the fold, there's a video. So imagine if when people typed this in, they found your video right there. How valuable would that be to you if every day people saw that video, even when you weren't in front of your computer? And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Is that interesting to you? And by the way, your videos will be 3 to 5 minutes long. So even if you dang near have a panic attack, you still can get through it. Yeah? Okay. Here's the secret. You got to know how to spot the key phrases or questions people are asking. No guessing. Remember, like hashtags? Listen, we don't guess here. I don't want you guessing on your income. Come on, friend. Listen, you got bills to pay. You can't be going through some training with me tonight and then taking these resources at the end and going, well, I hope it works. I'll guess with it. No. You need to listen. You need to have stuff that you know. Online marketing is a precision science. It doesn't have to be a guessing game. Now, you got to know the key phrases, the questions people are asking. I'm going to show you how to find out what questions people are asking, like in real time in Google. It's so cool. And I'm also going to show you how to package those videos, the titles, the tags, the descriptions, so they'll rank. There's a very specific way to do it. If you mess it up, you wasted your time. You get it right, you're good to go. And by the way, I'm going to show you how to keep your content simple and easy to follow in those 3 to 5 minute videos. And if you've never shot a video before in your life, if you're sitting there right now going, you know what? Clearly this stuff works. These people get results, but Gary, I've never done any of this. You are in the right place, my friend. We got your back. We got your back. It's not as hard as you think. It's just about knowing it. Now, here's some video basics, all right? Write these down because these apply to your Facebook Lives, which I'm getting ready to talk about here in a minute, okay? So apply these video basics. Stay with me. Shake it loose. This is really important. First of all, relax. Your first videos are going to suck. All right? I can't give it in any politically correct way. They're going to be horrible, probably, your first ones. Who cares? No biggie. Listen to this next statement very carefully. I'm going to say it super slowly, okay? You get better by doing videos, not by thinking about doing videos or practicing videos. Practicing your videos is one of the worst things that you can ever do because you'll overthink it and you'll dork yourself up. Okay. My first videos were so cheesy. They're still online. I have a giant YouTube channel. I have many of them. And some of my early videos, I mean, like I make my living now speaking to big groups, but I can tell you that like before they were laughable. You get better by doing them. Okay. They're free to do. You're not going to spend any money like just shooting a video. You're not going to, no one's going to come and take away your birthday, right? Like your family's still going to love you. Your team's going to love you. Twyla's going to love you. You know, I'm a big fan of all yours now. I'm just going to be cheering you on. Like if I see you go live, you friend me up on Facebook, like I'm going to like your videos like crazy because you're doing them. Listen, you get better by doing, all right? Not by thinking about it or practicing them. You do not need fancy tools. Yes, I paused on that on purpose. You don't need fancy stuff. You don't need to go out to Amazon and buy 13 tripods, a lighting kit. Ask me how I know that. At one point, I thought I needed a lighting kit. I was convinced. I was like, I need a lighting kit. That's what'll do it. You know, when you're just kind of clueless and you're like, I'm just going to try. I need more accessories, right? We need more accessories instead of doing the work, right? We want to clean our desk first before we actually get to work. How many people have done that? Come on. So I decided, look, I don't need any of these fancy tools. If you want to invest in one tool, invest in a selfie stick. I bought one for $7 on Amazon because you can walk and talk. And your cell phone is great. That's all you need. But here's something about your videos that you shoot for YouTube, and I'm going to give you the YouTube formula here at the end, so don't sweat it, is to get moving and get outside. You know why? Here's the thing. When you're moving, you're less stiff naturally. And when you first start shooting videos, you're going to be stiff. I don't care who you are. That red light comes on, that little flash thing happens all of a sudden. Like you could be like the most boisterous person in the world. And then the video comes on and you turn into this. Hello, welcome to my video. I'm really excited today about these pieces. Are you excited? ? Like right? I mean, we've all done that. Like the light comes on and then we freak out. Listen, when you get moving, that's why that $7 selfie stick, listen, I'm not like earning commissions on selfie sticks here. I'm just telling you, go out and buy one. But here's the thing. When you move, it naturally loosens you up there in the beginning because you got to walk and you got to move and your shoulders are going to relax and your face is going to relax a little bit. And you're going to be like, all right, now you're going to have to practice walking and talking with the stick a little bit. And, you know, will your neighbors look at you funny or something, or someone at the park? Who cares? They ain't going to be looking at you funny when you're driving up in your Maserati because you're cranking massive commissions because you're doing video. Ain't nobody going to look funny at you then. You know, you'll practice a little bit, but then you'll get moving and it'll relax you. Outside, because it's the best natural lighting in the world. You don't need the lighting kit. I was so dumb when I bought that, y'all. Y'all can just message me later and be like, Gary, that was dumb. It was. It was stupid. So you got the best natural lighting in the world when you go outside, all right? Now, when you're inside, and by the way, some of you might be saying, well, Gary, we present like jewelry pieces. Why would I be doing videos outside? Well, because videos outside are when you're not necessarily presenting, but you're talking about the opportunity, or you're telling part of your story, or you're answering questions that people are typing into Google. Now, when it's time to present, that's when you go to Facebook Live. Let me talk about Facebook Live. This one right here is going to mean a lot to you. If you hung out right here, I'm about to give you a blank check for you to write in whatever you want for 2018 for your annual income. You ready? Just because you can go live does not mean you should. Okay? It's like a loaded weapon, all right? Just because you can does not mean you should. I see a lot of folks, none of you, you guys are perfect, I know, but all the other people, all right? So I've seen a lot of other people that will just go live about some dumb stuff, all right? They think they're building relationships with people who are like, I don't care. Remember, you're there to solve problems and answer questions. So just because you can doesn't mean you should. Also, schedule it. Let your audience know when you're doing it and promote it like crazy. Train your audience, guys. Train them to go, hey, look, you know, I do this every, I don't know, Wednesday night at 7:30 Central. And you promote it on Monday and you drip feed it on Tuesday and you go live on Wednesday and it's like a big deal or whenever the live is. Schedule it, let your audience know, and promote it. Don't be shy about promoting what you're doing. Friend, if you believe in what you're doing, and I know you do, or you wouldn't be here with me tonight. We're an hour and 10 minutes into this thing. You wouldn't be here. Listen, here's the thing. If you believe in it and you love it, listen, you ain't got no problem promoting it to people. And you're just promoting, say, hey, listen, I'm doing this, be there. Let me give you a golden nugget. Let me give you a wisdom key here. If you're going to be a really good marketer online, there's something you got to learn how to do. You got to learn how to tell people exactly what to do. Not suggest it, not hint at it, not subtly embed it. You need to tell them what to do. You need, hey, I'm going to be on live 7:30 Tuesday night. Be there and put this in the comment to let me know you're there. Be there. Do this. People love to follow leaders. He said, Gary, I haven't recruited one person in my business yet. And the 3 people I did went into witness protection. I can't find them. Hey, you're a leader, my friend. Your leadership is not defined by what's in the genealogy in your back office in your organization. Leadership is defined by that beating, thumping heart inside your chest that's chasing after your dream. So you get on there and you tell them what to do. I'm going live. You're going to be there. And you have that kind of posture. You know what people do? They'll be there. When the Pizza Boy Millionaire back there, I told you about that cheesy video, but you know what he did about 5 times in that thing? He said, click the button and buy now. Wonder what that guy did in Georgia do. He bought everything. So talk from the first second you go live. Like there's 1,000 people on that feed. Listen to me. Listen to me very close, friends. This is a mindset check, all right? How you teach and treat one person is how you'll treat 1,000 people on a webinar. So if you see one person and you're kind of, okay, great, let me get through this. No. That one person could be the next 6-figure earner in your organization. There's a great saying from a great MLM leader, a guy named Max Knowles in the tech space. He says, you know, every dud knows a stud. Maybe that person, that one person on there is a total dud, but they could know somebody that could be the next hitter in your organization. You talk from the first second. Don't do the, I'm going to wait for a few people to come on here and you've already lost them and your posture's weak. If you come on hot. All right. You saw how I came on this webinar. I came on this webinar red hot. Why? Because I know what I'm doing and I know how to help you, and you will 10x your business if you'll use exactly what I'm telling you here tonight. I am certain of that. So come on hot. Don't come. Listen, even if you've maybe never gone live in your life, you haven't sold 10 pieces of anything, it does not matter. Nobody knows what you don't know except for you. So come on hot. Talk from the first second. Get focused. Know what you're there to do. Okay, don't over-prepare your lives. Please don't do that. You'll get in your head. But do know what you want to do. And I break this down into 2 things. Know what you're going to do in terms of what you're presenting or what the basic idea is, and know what the outcome is. So let's say, I was talking to Twyla. She gave a great example the other day. She said, maybe your first live is you're going to show your 3 favorite pieces. Okay? So that's your focus. I'm going to just talk about these 3 pieces. And my outcome is I want to get that done, and I want some people to buy. That's pretty simple. We're going to keep this super simple. Let me tell you the ultimate script for Facebook Lives. Intro, come in hot. Purpose, you're going to tell them why you're there. Show is you're going to display. CTA is you're going to tell them what to do. CTA is a call to action. Okay? That's every Facebook Live. Write this down, friends. Don't skip it. I dare you to use this formula for 90 days and send me a picture of your back office to show me what your earnings are then. Dare you. You will do better if you use this. Intro, who you are. What you're doing is your purpose. So first of all, intro, hey, it's me, it's Gary, I'm live, what's going on, da-da-da-da, boom, I'm going into my purpose right away. I don't need to tell them what kind of day I'm having. I don't need to talk to them about, you know, my dog or my cat that has asthma or any of that. I'm here. Here's the purpose. The purpose is why they need to listen. You show, you display, and you give them a CTA. Tell them what to do. Buy it now. Click here now. Comment now. Go here now. Whatever the thing is for your life. But tell them what to do. If you get nothing else right, can I let you in on a little thing that'll blow your mind? If you come in hot enough on your intro with posture that says, I'm here to do business, and your CTA is strong, you could botch up your whole show and people will still buy from you all day long. All day long. Sales is nothing more than a transference of belief, friends. That's all that it is. And if people see that you believe, they will buy from you if you tell them what to do. All right. Now, if you end it and you're like, and this is what a lot of people do. And I've seen them, by the way, this is for a lot of companies, not just jewelry. I've seen people do it in weight loss, in health and wellness, oils, you name it. They'll get to the end of talking about it and they'll be like, okay, yeah. And, if you want some information, just let me know. And yeah, thanks for being here and stuff. And you can almost hear the audience. You hear this resounding thud of all the clicks that are happening because they're clicking off of it. Because they're just sitting there going, man, I'm waiting for you to tell me what to do, and you didn't tell me what to do. Because when you say, well, if you want information, friends, if they're still on with you live, they want information. Give it to them. You don't ask for permission to give information if they've already been sitting with you for 15 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever it is. Intro, purpose, show, CTA. Intro, purpose, show it, call to action. Tell them what you want them to do. Here's my challenge, Team Glitz. Seriously, for real. Prove me wrong. You won't, but I'll be so excited because you will be cranking in your business. You give a strong CTA and have a strong intro on all your videos. Take a snapshot of your back office now. Take a snapshot in 90 days and send it to me. You will be blown away. And the same thing applies to your YouTube videos that you're going to package, okay? Also, make sure that you follow up with purpose, okay? So if people commented and did all that stuff on your feed, once you're done, go in and engage those people. Respond to their comments, message them. All right, let me give you another bonus because I appreciate this group so much because I got talking to Twyla. She fired me up. I was like, you know what? I'm already a fired up guy, but I love what you're doing in your group. When you follow up with folks, every person that ever comments on one of your Facebook Lives, especially new people that you haven't engaged with yet, here's what you're going to do. You're going to comment in the thread. You're going to go over to Facebook Messenger and you're going to send them a voice message. Not a text message. You're going to send them a voice message. And here's what you're going to do. Hey, so-and-so, it's Jenny. Hey, I just wanted to reach out and say thanks for being on the live. It was awesome to have you there. It was a great session. Hey, what questions did you have that I can get covered for you now? Always end that voicemail with a question. I don't even care what the question is. It could be, hey, did you have any questions? Which item did you want to pick up today? What color is the sky? Get the conversation started. Person asking the questions is controlling it. But if you send a text, boring. You send a voice, now we're connected, and you will close more deals. I could be there all night. I won't stay on that. All right, now, let's talk about putting this all together. Everything I've told you, you could go out right now and do something incredible with, okay? But I want to be sensitive to our time, and I want to honor that it's the end of the month and that you guys are still cranking. Twyla got together with me, and we put together a special offer for you guys for our 3 core programs that teach you how to do every single bit, the buttons to press and what to do with what we just talked about. Our three core programs are Facebook Mastery, Instagram Mastery, and YouTube Mastery. And Twyla and I had some great conversations via chat and on the phone, and we have put this together for you. And this is the kind of leader you have leading your ship, and just an incredible person with a heart for you, that we've got this worked out for you guys to get the whole thing. And it's lifetime access, by the way, for literally at this point, 60% off. And Twyla sweetened the deal, and she messaged me this, and I was like, man, are we we're just cut from the same cloth. Those of you that lock your spot tonight, you're also getting an extra $20 off that Twyla's personally taking care of herself, right? She's doing it for you, that extra 20, just to make sure that you guys have this content that you can go blow it up in your business. Here's a couple things I want you to understand. These courses, these are lifetime access, okay? You're busy, you got stuff going on. You get them for life. All these courses are self-paced. They play on any device, phone, tablet, or desktop. They're step-by-step, over-the-shoulder videos, okay? They're designed to take any one of you. If you've never shot a video, if you've got 50 friends on Facebook, you don't even have an Instagram account, They are designed to take any one of you. And this is as close as me and Crystal coming into your house, sitting down to you next to your computer, right? Or sitting next to you in front of your computer, rather. And us telling you, click that button, type that there, move that there, wait, repeat, go do this. We walk you through the entire thing. Let me show you something as we do this about the specifics of these courses. And we just wanted to give as much value to the Glitz team as we could. So Facebook Mastery is 2.5 hours of training in a webinar format. There won't be anything that you need. There's no stone unturned about Facebook after you go through this course. Every crevice of it is covered. We even do in this mastery here, there were people on this live, and we do reviews of their profiles in real time to show them how to tweak it and how to change it. There are some folks that within 2 hours of applying Facebook Mastery started getting results in their business. I can't guarantee 2 hours. They were pretty extraordinary stories, but that's how powerful that course is. Instagram Mastery is 24 video modules. It's like getting a master's degree in Instagram. YouTube Mastery is 15 video training modules. All of this stuff that we talked about. Again, if Crystal and I came in and told you what to click, this is what you'd see. Here's just a couple of things people are saying about these courses. I mean, we've coached thousands of people. I don't know any other way to say that. But some of the things that I think when people get to this point and they're like, man, I'm ready to go. Give me this. I want to go rank up and crank up. They ask some natural questions. Is somebody going to have my back? Will it work for me? You know, Ellie Louise Whitley, she is in a fashion-centric MLM. Talked about the ease of the training, that it's easy to follow, it's inspiring, and it's interesting. You know, I'm not just interested in helping you simply grow your business online. I'm interested in giving you those skills so that you can go and teach your team, and also so that you can have a better life. Friends, entrepreneurship is a hard road to go out alone, and there's going to be times when, you know, you want desperately to hear a voice that's going to say, you know what, you got this, let's keep going. That's something that Ellie really experienced in the course, and I know you will as well. Stephanie Richardson is a giant leader in a wellness company, most famous for a thing called the pink drink. And she said, you know, Instagram Mastery taught me how to target an audience and how to communicate with them. That's that tribe thing I told you. We got to find your tribe. Who are your people? We show you how to do it. Kristen Cano, another huge leader, took it right out of my mouth. Showed me how to find my tribe. I can post on purpose now. That's a huge benefit. No more posting like hoping. I mean, is anybody else tired of posting hope? Like, I hope somebody joins my business today. No, you can know for certain. Emily Hughes is an amazing leader in a company that sells this phenomenal lipstick. And so Crystal loves it. And this is really important. She did it about YouTube Mastery. She said, this course has given me more confidence to make videos about my business and the products I sell. It's given me a broader audience outside of just the people I know personally. It's given me more people who are interested in my products and my business. Teaches you the way to make your videos be seen by way more people if you were to just do them by yourself. Man, I love that. Her business is blown up. I think she's triple rank advanced since she did YouTube Mastery. And we see here with Zoe Grimes, another leader in a lipstick company. YouTube Mastery has given me the skills to properly market my videos on YouTube, which has resulted in more sales, more recruits, instead of just uploading my video and hoping for the best. No more post and hope, okay? Now, I want to show you how you can get a hold of all this stuff. And by the way, you can have it tonight. So here's what we're doing. Tomorrow, inside of our mastermind, this bundle of courses sells for $197 and it lasts for a year. But what we did in partnering with Twyla and with some bonuses, you guys get it tonight for $77 and you get it for life. And in addition to that, we're going to give you 3 bonuses that I did personally for Twyla just because I just am inspired by her passion for you guys. The first bonus is Crystal's 7 Deadly Sins of Facebook Marketing Training. This was a 30-minute whiteboard session that's been downloaded by more people than I can even count. And Crystal literally did it, and The only thing I can say is it's transformative because of its simplicity. It's a $47 value. We're giving it to you away for free tonight when you take action. Bonus number 2 is our Instagram Mastery Bootcamp. Once you go through the Mastery course and you get all that stuff done and you're cranking, this is the most in-depth advanced Instagram training we've ever done. It's 4 modules. By the way, this package of modules is being sold now in our business and is going to continue to be sold for $497 by itself. You guys in Team Glitz, because of Twyla's leadership, are getting it for free tonight when you take action. Bonus number 3 is the ultimate paparazzi hashtag and YouTube keyword cheat sheets. I am going to give you your first set of hashtags to start with and your first set of keywords that you can start making videos for. You're going to learn how to do all that keyword research yourself, but I'm going to get you started. The value on this is literally priceless because you will start to draw more traffic because you're going to have me basically telling you, hey, put this hashtag on your post. Hey, do a video with these keywords and watch what happens. Friends, let me remind you also, your education is a write-off, all right? Whew. Look, you write this off on your taxes as part of a business expense, and meanwhile, you are skilling up. Let me close with a couple of thoughts here. The link is going to be posted in the chat right now. Crystal's going to get that for you. I want to take this off because I rerouted it. Crystal, I know that you are listening to me right now, so make sure that you post the link in the chat. Twyla, I would recommend that you post it into the Glitz group as well. I want you to remember something about those 3 bonuses. That's over $500 in bonuses. Those bonuses go away in 24 hours. Okay, the timer's going to start as soon as I say thank you very much, good night. All right, so get those bonuses. There's no reason not to. And here's something I also want to remind you of as we go through this. Your income level, wherever it's at today, will never go higher than 2 factors that allow it. One is your mindset. 2 are your skill sets. If you don't have the skills to come online and do this stuff on purpose and intentionally, you'll always hit a ceiling. No matter how much you flail around or how much you do or how much stuff you throw at the wall and hope that it sticks. If your skill sets go up and your mindset goes up, your income goes up. Let me tell you, your mindset is being fed and fueled by one of the best leaders I've seen in the space. And that, again, is Twyla. I can't say enough about her. But the other part is the skill set now. I'm literally handing you a playbook for Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube that will transform your business. I know this because I didn't just do it for me. It'd be one thing if I gave you my story and I said, you know what, look how great we did. And we did. But I can point you to person after person after person who was sick and tired of being sick and tired, who was sick and tired of being frustrated, and who finally said, I'm going to skill up. I'm going to skill up and get in there and do this thing. And it changed. Now, I want you to understand that I just can't tell you how much I appreciate what you guys are doing. I've been watching. Twyla was sweet enough to let me see some of what's going on inside of your team group and Crystal to see and for us to get to know her. And what you guys are doing is incredible. And I would just encourage you to dream bigger and dream faster. Get all in here tonight. This link is in the chat. Listen, you don't need to think about whether or not you want results. Things are only going to change if you change. Click on that link now. Get it. Click it now and get it. Don't even think about it. There's nothing else to think about. The primary issue here is I want you to dream bigger and dream faster. Once you do that, I want you to go ahead and tear up your goal list. I want you to reframe your vision board because I want you to write it even bigger. I want you to go bigger and faster because I know that you can. All right, friends, I appreciate you. Have an amazing night. And let me see if there's anything else on here for me before we bounce off. Oh, where? Inside the chat? Okay, we'll fix that. Hey, so interestingly enough, Google is deciding to be link happy. So here's what we're going to do. Twyla is going to post it inside the Glitz group right now. Crystal's going to message it to her. And you guys can go ahead and click on that and get it. And by the way, as soon as you do, you will be linked right out to your access area. You literally have access to the products like within 60 seconds of getting them.
They can also friend me.
Yep.
And I can send it to them. them directly there because Twyla wasn't able to stay on. She lost connection. So
okay, great. So here's the thing that we need to do. Make sure that you friend Crystal Miller. You can friend her. Please, can you put your Facebook link in the chat? And or you can friend me, and we will get the link to you. And we will also have that link to Twyla, and you guys can get it tonight so you don't lose the bonuses. All right? So friend Crystal. She will post her link right now in Facebook. Friend her up. I will get the link to Twyla, and you guys can get it. And it's been great spending this time with you.
thanks, guys.
We'll talk soon. Take care.